Hi everyone, I'm Victoria, and today I'm here at the Long Island Aquarium. I have a very exciting day planned. I'm going to see a lot of the new exhibits, but first on my agenda is going snorkeling. Let's go! It's time to go. I wish I didn't have to. I'm having so much fun. See you later. I just finished my amazing snorkeling adventure, and now it's time to walk around the park and see what other amazing things they have. Right now, I'm starting with the otters. At the Critter Cove with Greg and the penguin, Jim. Can you tell me a little bit about Jim?
Hi there. Jim is a 1.5-year-old African black-footed penguin. He is in love with this mic right now. I can see that. Oh, Jim. So Jim was not born at our facility. He was born actually down in Richmond, Virginia, but he's here at the Critter Cove just giving a little talk about Jim and all of his family members out there. So he's a little superstar. Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about their habitat in the wild?
Sure. Oh, it's okay, bud. So these guys live down in South Africa and Namibia, but generally spend most of their time on islands just off the coastline. Those islands could either be completely rocky, like our exhibit here at the Long Island Aquarium, or it could be beachy with a lot of vegetation. So definitely diverse habitat for these guys.
And can you tell me about their diet in the aquarium and also in the wild?
Yeah, absolutely. So the diet here that we feed them, primarily capelin and herring. Capelin's kind of like chicken to these guys, while herring is a fatty burger almost, if you want to relate it like that. But out in the wild, these guys eat a lot of schooling fish, but could also get their little bill on some crustaceans or even squid. So another diverse food. Yeah, a lot of diverse food.
And these guys are endangered. Is there any way people can help that?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody can do their part, just a little bit. There is an app called Seafood Watch app. So if you download that, you could actually look up all the seafood that you eat, whether it's at a restaurant or a grocery store, and then you could just see if it's harvested sustainably. Because out in the wild, they are fighting overfishing, which is a huge problem to these guys. So just doing that small little part is something that everybody could do, just to help bring these guys back in numbers.
Yeah. And is there any fun facts about them?
Fun facts about Jim? Oh, there's too many. So these guys live at about 15 in the wild, but at a facility like ourselves, that can easily double.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The longest living penguin was actually 42 before he passed.
Wow, that's pretty old.
Yeah, oh, very old for a penguin. These guys can swim at about 15 miles per hour and hold their breath for about 2.5 minutes. So super, super cool. Greatly adapted for life in the water and for a bird that cannot fly. So really unique.
Thank you so much.
Of course, guys.
I'm here with Patrick. He's an educator here at the aquarium. Can you tell me a little about what your role is and what you do here?
So here at the aquarium, what I like to do is actually talk to guests and interact with them to make sure that they're getting a positive experience here, learning about all different marine life that we have here at the aquarium.
And can you tell me a little bit about your daily routine?
My daily routine is actually different every day. It depends on the day that I do it. So some days I'm feeding the penguins, other days I'm just doing a penguin encounter where you get to visit our penguins up close and personal. Other days I'm doing our tour boat experience, or I'm just hanging around in the birds exhibit or butterflies, just hanging out with guests, talking to them about everything that we have.
And besides just coming to the aquarium and visit, what other things can you do here?
There's a lot of other things you can do here at the aquarium. One is actually our tour boat, which is a great experience where you go on our tour boat, the Atlantic Explorer tour boat, where you go down the Peconic River. You stop off at a small beach, do a little bit of exploring, and then make your way back. The entire time an educator is actually talking to you, and it's a great experience for anybody to do. And it's very volunteer-oriented as well.
And with the different habitats, which one do you think is the hardest and easiest when it comes to the care of the animal?
The hardest one to take care of here, I would have to say, would be a mixture between our coral reef tank and our butterfly exhibit, because they need such special care and a lot of things that we do. And we have great people that work here that are able to do what needs to be done for those areas. And probably our easiest would either be our touch tank, which we have inside, or interactive salt marsh, because it's just local animals that you can find right around here that people get to interact with as well.
And when people come to the aquarium, what do you think they look forward to the most?
Definitely seeing something that they haven't seen before. For example, a shark up nice, close, and personal, or maybe even a penguin, their favorite animals.
And out of all the exhibits, what do you think is your most favorite to talk about and just see people interacting with?
Favorite to talk about, probably one would be the penguins. Another is when we're on our tour boat talking about animals that people don't know about or they think they know about, but the things they know are actually not entirely true. Like, for example, with a horseshoe crab. A lot of people think it's dangerous, but they're actually not at all. That's one of my favorite things to get across to people.
And if people want to help out, whether it's fundraising or even with the endangered species, what can they do?
There's a lot of different things that you could do. There's ways that we could help out here on Long Island, for example, like with African penguins, just buying sustainable seafood, or even just picking up garbage at your local beaches.
And do you guys have any volunteer programs that people can sign up and do?
We do. We have the Riverhead Foundation, which is a volunteer organization that people can sign up for, no matter what your age is. And you can come out, help out here at the aquarium, or help out with there, or help out just cleaning up beaches as well.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I'm here with another Patrick, who is also an educator, and can you tell me a little bit about this animal you have right here?
Sure. So this is Pascal. Pascal is a young American alligator. He's only about 3 to 4 years old. They can grow up to be about 12 to 14 feet when fully grown.
Wow. Is there any fun facts about them?
Yes. So they need a lot of calcium to eat. We actually had one a few years ago. His name was Tito, and he was a pet, and he was fed chicken livers and beef hearts, which is, besides the fact that it's gross, gave him a lack of calcium. So he developed a problem with his bones, and he actually lost the use of his back legs for a few years. So it's really important to not have them as pets, and B, when they're cared for in facilities, exhibits, zoos, aquariums, to really have a really calcium-rich diet.
And what are some ways that you guys bring awareness to this creature?
So the gator talk is the easiest way to do it, because we talk about the history, we talk about why you shouldn't have them as pets, we talk also about how they're different from crocodiles and how you can really spot the difference if you were to see one out and about, because when people realize that they get too big, they'll just dump them places, parking lots, golf courses, you name it. So it's really important to talk about the bad stuff that's happened, but to talk about it in the present, so hopefully a few years from now it's just like in a history book or like a footnote, you know?
Can you explain some of the differences between an alligator and a crocodile?
Sure. So alligators have tongues, first of all. Crocodiles don't, which means that they can't swallow food underwater. Alligators are a black and yellow coloration, and crocs are a tan to a brown to help them blend in with sandy beaches. These guys are usually in marshier, swampier areas. Alligators have 88 teeth, but you can't see all of them when their mouths are closed, and crocodiles you can see every single tooth. And these guys get about 12 to 14 feet. There are some types of crocodiles that do get larger as well. And their snouts, these guys have alligators have a round snout like the letter C. Crocodiles have a pointed snout like the letter A, so you really just need to flip that first letter around, and that's mainly their biggest difference.
Oh. Well, thank you so much. That was so interesting.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
I had a super fun day here at the Long Island Aquarium. I learned a lot, saw a lot, and the food was good too. Can't wait to come back.